Welcome back to Cook Chinese Now, the show that brings authentic Chinese cooking into your home.
On today's episode, we'll be taking your taste buds on a journey into the heart of China. I'm talking about the one and only Sichuan province. This place is known for its delicious and spicy Chinese food. And today, we'll be featuring one of their most classic dishes.
We're talking about Mapo Tofu.
To make this delicious meal, you'll need the following ingredients: 2 stems green onion, 1/4 pound ground pork, 1 pack tofu, 3 slices of ginger, 4 cloves garlic, cornstarch, and water. For the Chinese-specific ingredients, we'll be using oyster sauce, Sichuan peppercorns for a little bit of ma, and for spice, Sichuan bean paste and lao gao ma. These ingredients can be found with the links we have listed below or at your local Asian grocery store. Let's move on to preparation. Start by cutting the green onion stems. We will separate out the white and the green portion of the onions, as always, as we use these at different times during the cooking process. Dice each portion into fine slices and separate them in their own bins. Next, we'll skin the ginger by cutting its edges. Once skinned, we'll chop the ginger into long slices. And then finally, mince each slice into fine bits. For the garlic, we will start by crushing each clove with a large knife or cleaver. Then, take each crushed piece and dice into fine bits. Then, onto the tofu. Start by sitting the tofu on its side and cutting it in thirds. Then, lay the tofu flat and cut lengthwise in quarters. Finally, cut the tofu one last time at even distances to create small, bite-sized cubes. Once cut, set aside in a bowl for use later. Finally, in 2 tablespoons water, add 1 tablespoon cornstarch and 1/2 teaspoon sugar mixed together. This will be used to soften the tofu later when cooking. Now, on to the magic. Start by boiling a pot of water. Once boiling, add in the diced tofu. Stir sparingly and allow the pot to reboil. Once boiling, set a timer to cook the tofu for another minute. After a minute, remove the tofu from the water and set aside for later. In a pan, add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil and set heat to high. Check the temperature with the tips of the chopsticks, and when hot, add in the Sichuan peppercorns. Stir in the peppercorns into the oil. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes and then reduce the stove heat to medium. Allow to fry for another minute. You can then remove the peppercorns from the oil by lifting them out of the pan with the spatula. Next, add in the diced ginger, the minced garlic, and the white portion of the green onions. Stir fry until the contents become fragrant. Then, add in the lao gao ma and the Sichuan bean paste. Stir contents together until they are uniformly red and shiny. Once evenly cooked, add in the 1/4 pound of ground pork. Set the heat to medium-high and continue to cook the pork until it's evenly coated with the chili paste. Once the pork begins to brown, add in 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce, 1/2 cup of water, and a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Bring the pan to a sizzle, and then add in the pre-cooked tofu. Make sure all tofu pieces sit evenly at the bottom of the pan. Allow the tofu to cook for 3 to 4 minutes. You'll want to cook the tofu long enough so it can absorb the flavors of the chili oil and seasonings, but you also want to avoid cooking it too long as it can dry out the tofu. We'll then add in the watered cornstarch to the mix. Turn off the stove heat and continue to mix the contents. Finally, garnish with green onion and a sprinkle of black ground pepper. Now you just have to sit back and marvel at the delicious creation you've made, Mapo Tofu. Enjoy.
Thanks for tuning in with us here at Cook Chinese Now.
If you like this video and you're hungry for more, give us a thumbs up and click subscribe.
We'll see you on the next video.
Bye.